Good day, good day. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Jay, and this is Homeschool Your Kids podcast. Today we have with us Nedra and Jessica. Ladies, introduce yourself.
Hey, great. I'm Nedra Hall. I am the Education Program Coordinator at Wings Over the Rockies Air and Space Museum here in Denver, Colorado.
And I'm Jessica, and I'm the Education and Outreach Specialist for Wings Over the Rockies.
Okay. Can you ladies walk us through the journey that got you to Wings?
For sure. Well, I started working, I was with Aurora Public Schools for 27 years. And I decided to kind of make a shift and found myself at a charter school that ultimately closed down. And then I found myself here in the education department at Wings. I still wanted to be close to education, but I wanted it to look a little different than the public school setting. So that's how I ended up here.
Okay.
Homeschool families. Homeschool Yo Kids Expo and Homeschool Beats Academy are teaming up to bring you a day of real support and real inspiration. Come explore curriculum and enrichment, meet trusted vendors, and connect with the homeschool community. And at our featured Expo stop, meet Homeschool Beats Academy and see how students ages 7 to 18 can create original music through beat making and production with parent-friendly guidance. Get dates and details at homeschoolyokidsexpo.com.
Yeah, and I was a science teacher for 5 years and was really drawn to Wings Over the Rockies because it really provides enriching, an enriching experience that's a little bit more hands-on than a typical public school.
Gotcha. So both of you have former education background as far as public school goes, and you say, okay, I got to get out of this model, but this model is the better fit. So 27 years, Nedra, what were you teaching? Because that's a long time.
Yeah, actually, so I started out with Title I, doing reading and math, and then I became a family liaison and dean. So most of my career was spent as a family liaison and dean.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's the big. So you were in middle school? What grade were you in?
Elementary. Mm-hmm.
Oh, elementary.
Yeah. And I did middle school at the charter school.
Okay. How long were you at the charter?
It was open I was only there for 7 months.
Oh, shucks. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. And Jessica, you say you were teaching science.
I was.
What level? What, like middle, high?
Middle school, 7th grade and 6th grade. So yeah, it was amazing students. And we did a lot of STEM challenges, so rocket building. So it really aligned really well with the program that we offer at Wings Over the Rockies. Okay.
And you both are clearly not in the same generation, right?
No.
So, but both of your educational journeys led you to Wings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So tell me more. Tell me more.
You want to start with this?
Sure. Yeah, I think that I've worked with a lot of veteran teachers, and it takes a lot out of you. And so really listen to their feedback and, found a program that is really still in the educational field, but a little bit more freedom.
Okay. All right. Because, you was like 5 years, I'm good. And Nedra was like, no, I'm hanging in there long run, 27, baby. Yeah. I'm going to change something up in here before I give up and go on about my way. But,
yeah.
And you were in there with those babies too. So that's a whole different story.
Yeah. Well, and I sort of, if I'm being totally transparent, I sort of kind of got pushed out of the district or out of my school. Out of my school, I should say, not necessarily the district itself, but, once you kind of get that push, then your eyes are just open to other possibilities of being out there in education. And basically that's kind of what happened is I just kind of opened my eyes that there were opportunities to stay close to education that didn't necessarily look like your typical brick and mortar classroom, but other learning opportunities that kept you close to education and working with children. And so I saw this job and I interviewed for it, and I spent some time talking with the former director about what the program was and what that looked like. And of course it was during COVID, so it looked a little bit different than it does now, right? So, but I knew that it sounded like something that I wanted to be a part of. And so that's how I winded up here.
Nice. Okay. Well, tell us about Wings. Like, tell us about the program that got you both here. Like, okay, all right, this fits. This can work for me.
Yeah. So, we work with a program called Wings Aerospace Exploration. It is for middle school and high school students who are interested in aviation aerospace. And, not necessarily kids that want to be pilots, but just interested in aviation aerospace, learning more, robotics, engineering, that type of thing. And it's a hands-on enrichment program.
Homeschool families, are you ready to refresh your plans for the year? Join us at the Homeschool Yo Kids Expo. Meet curriculum and enrichment vendors, discover new programs, and connect with a community that gets it, all in one place. Come with questions, leave with real options. Get event details and register now at homeschoolyokidsexpo.com. That's homeschoolyokidsexpo.com.
We have it at 2 locations, our Centennial location, and then, of course, here at our Denver location. And Centennial location offers classes on Mondays. The Lowry Denver location, we offer classes on Tuesdays for middle school, Wednesdays for high school. Do you want to add more to that?
Sure. We have so many opportunities for kids to try new things. We have kids in flight simulators being instructed by a former pilot. We have kids printing on 3D printers, being instructed by a retired NASA systems engineer. And we even have kids building an aircraft. So we have a lot of different opportunities, regardless of, what interests kids have.
They're building whole planes around there. They build whole
this is our second airplane. We actually sold our first airplane.
Really?
So yeah, and it's an actual airplane. It has to go through all the FAA testing and everything, and it's 80%.
And the kids built them?
It's 80% built by our students, and then the other 20% by our volunteers and staff. So the kids walk out of here with some amazing skills.
Indeed. Talk about a trade, honey. This is beyond, because it's like, you're teaching mechanics, you're teaching, a whole bunch of STEM activities and everything, but the actual structuring and manufacturing of a whole working airplane. What in the world? How long is the program?
So we run consecutively with the Denver Public Schools school calendar. So we'll start in September, and then we'll go all the way through May. Students get a 2-week winter break. They get a week off for Thanksgiving, and they get a week off in the spring for spring break.
Okay. Are you all partnered with schools, or is this something that parents reach out to, like through their own, like they are looking for enrichment and they find your program?
Yes. Mostly our kids are homeschool families that are either part of different co-ops, and they hear about our program. They learn about us when they're here visiting at the museum, or when we go out to, conferences or go out to present at schools, that type of thing. So.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And these projects that they have, that they work on, is it through just one school year? Like, will they finish things within, I know it probably didn't take one school year to build a plane. How long, how long do they work with you all?
It really depends on the project. So, that airplane build takes multiple years.
Yes.
But it's really cool to, come in and see the progress that's been made and then make your own contribution.
Add to it, basically. Yeah. Okay. Hey.
But most of the other courses, really, you spend just the whole year finishing projects for that specific.
Okay. And this is all hands-on, so y'all don't necessarily have virtual options?
All very much hands-on. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's better that way, but it's like, okay, how can we get y'all everywhere? Because like other kids need these, like, you know, not just Colorado. Like, I told you about how I had asked my girls if they wanted to learn about aviation, like pilot wise, and they both turned me down, like, no, I'll pass. And I was like, dang, like I thought that would be the coolest thing ever, but they weren't interested.
Well, and that's our goal here, is to introduce students to other opportunities in aviation aerospace, because there's more to, there's more to aviation than being a pilot, right? There's more to aerospace than being an astronaut, right? We need those engineers that are working and building and designing things. You know, we need those people that are testing seatbelts. Believe it or not, we had a volunteer here at the museum. She was retired from the airlines, and her job was basically to test seatbelts on the airlines for 30-something years, and she absolutely loved that job. And
wow.
And I guess I wouldn't know the title of that job, you know, the actual
right.
But I mean,
tester.
That's our goal, is to just show kids that there's so many branches in aviation aerospace that they can explore. You don't have to get behind, you know, the airplane and you be the one flying it. You don't have to be
flying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's where we go.
Building the airplane.
Well, that's the first place we go. It's like aviation. Yeah. Oh, you gonna fly?
Right. And our kids don't know about being an A&P mechanic, that they could actually build those airplanes until they come in here and take a class with us, and they're like, I think I want to build airplanes for the rest of my life, or I want to build rockets now, you know. So
another course.
Because you also have the people, excuse me. I was going to say, because you also have the people that inspect the planes also. They're a whole nother branch too.
Exactly, for sure.
Another course that happens with is we have a space farming class. And so kids take this biology class and then are really interested in biology. We even had a past graduate now in Alaska studying biology in college after.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so connect me with that, because biology of the, like, learning the parts of the plane, or how, like, what is
definitely.
This?
So
what is it?
Yeah. So it is really a class about planting food in space.
What?
So we learn about photosynthesis and the flow of energy through ecosystems, and then transfer that knowledge into how can we do this up in space when, you know, some of those resources aren't available. And so we partner with an organization called Fairchild, and also work in partnership with NASA to collect data and plant plants and send that data to NASA.
Your kid has music in them. They just need the right tools to let it out. Homeschool Beats Academy teaches kids ages 7 to 18 how to make real beats at home on their schedule, in their own style. No experience needed. Grab the complete First Beat Kit free at homebeatsacademy.com. That's homeschoolbeatsacademy.com.
That is so interesting. Like, it's like, you know, when you're not in the world, like, you don't know a lot about it. Because, like I said, you think aviation and think, oh, you about to fly a plane or fix it, like one or the other. But you don't really necessarily think about all of, just like a movie, like you think about a movie and the fact that there's a script writer, there's a director, there's the music and sound production people, there's the people that do the work. You know, it's just so many different parts to something, and we don't necessarily think about it unless we're kind of in it.
Exactly. Yeah. One of the other opportunities that our students have is we offer the FAA Part 107 testing here, because our students get to take drone classes. And
Oh, nice.
in our Part 107 class in the spring, in April, we take them out. We pay for the test for them to test to become a FAA licensed drone pilot. And once they have that, license in their hand, they can basically go out and get jobs with energy companies, with realtors, start their own business. Basically, they can get jobs with companies that do search and rescue in the mountains, that type of thing. So, we definitely offer kids some unique experiences and opportunities here. So that's really why we want to come and participate in the Homeschool Your Kids conference.
I know, this is really awesome. That's why I was like, okay, y'all don't have this, it's not a franchise. Y'all don't have this everywhere. Like, this is just Colorado. Like, you got to move to Colorado to be able to do this.
Yeah.
That's really cool, though. Okay, so what ages do you work with?
Middle school to high school. So,
Middle to high.
yeah, 6th grade to 12th grade is
Okay. Okay, so like let's get you here. And these aren't students that necessarily are expressing that, okay, this is what I want to do in my future. This is just, it could be an interest, it could be a hobby, it could be anything of that nature. It's just learning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one course that really kids really like and draws them to this program is called drone soccer. Have you heard of drone soccer before?
Never have I ever.
Okay. It is a 5 versus 5 competition where kids fly drones in a large cage and one person tries to fly their drone through a ring. Most amount of times. It's kind of like Quidditch in a way, if you've seen Harry Potter. And the rounds last for 3 minutes, and the rest of the kids that are playing are trying to keep the opponent from scoring. So it really is a super fun course that
I know. And how do you keep the other ones from scoring, though? Like, you get in their way, like with your drone?
Exactly. Yeah.
And those drones, like, that's like, I mean, that y'all have courses with that, because that is a whole nother playing field. I know that I've seen the real estate videos and it's like, okay, that's obviously a drone. And you see some of the, like, drones are used for a lot of marketing, I've seen. That's about advanced as my drone working goes. But I know there's just so many possibilities, because like you said, like, in battles and stuff, like, I'm sure they use them, and like, I don't want to let out any war secrets, but I'm sure that they're all up in there and stuff. Like, you don't think about all that. Like, you just don't think about the different branches of something where you're not a part of it.
Right.
Like I said, I didn't go that far. So this is cool. And this is an actual museum. Like, is there other aviation, things for them to see and explore?
Mm-hmm. So both of our locations are in museums. This museum here in particular at the Denver location, we have more of the historical bomber fighter planes, that type of thing. At our Centennial location, we have more actual active airplanes that pilots kind of store their planes at our location, because we do sit on an active runway down there. We're right next to the Centennial Airport. So kids may get to witness pilots bringing their airplanes in and parking it on our hangar down at our Centennial location. So, yeah.
Nice. Oh my goodness, ladies. I know this is exciting. So how large are the classes?
Yeah, we really try and keep the classes to a maximum of 10 kids per class, so that, we can really meet the kids where they're at. And especially because it's so hands-on that we really want to, spend a lot of time with each one of the kids in the classes.
Nice. Y'all gonna have people moving to Colorado.
That's our hope. Yeah.
Right? They're like, wait a minute, I need to go to this. I'm gonna see if my girls will want to visit. Because they love museums in general, and then like to know what all you. That's why I said she got to talk to them when they come to the
sure.
expo. Like, just, like, hey guys, like, okay, you don't want to fly the plane. How about this? Like, how about do this?
For sure.
So I just love that. I'm really big on our young people learning different trades and different skills. Because I always tell people I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. So it's like you don't necessarily have to hone in on just one thing and work there for decades on time. It's like you can explore so many different fields and really find some passions and go that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I would say,
okay.
Sorry, I would say not only are we giving kids opportunities to try those new things and those new opportunities, but it's really cool to see that just the friendships that develop. We have kids that have been in the program for 5 or 6 years and now have just lifelong friends in the process.
Yes, because it definitely sounds like something that would be longevity. It's like, I definitely want to keep coming back. How affordable is this for parents? Is it something that's, like extra, like regular extra? Because I mean, you got kids building planes and stuff. So I'm just like, how much is this?
Right. So it is a tuition-based program.
Okay.
It is, right now the tuition is currently $2,000, but we are expecting it to go up to $2,200 for next year. But we do offer some partial scholarships, and we offer parents, and
that's for the whole year,
right? For the entire year, and it includes most of their supplies and things like that. So. And we do offer opportunities for parents to pay in different ways. So if you need to pay monthly, you can pay monthly. You can pay biweekly if you want to pay it in full. So we do offer those opportunities. We want to make it feasible for families to bring their kids to the program. We don't want it, the finances to necessarily be a barrier. And I work with those families. So, again, like I said, we don't want it to be a barrier to, everything else that's happening in their families, because we do realize that families, a lot of them have multiple children doing multiple things. And especially when they're homeschoolers, they may be in, several co-ops. So, we get that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, great. That sounds doable. That definitely sounds doable. How often do the kids meet a week? Like, how often is the program?
Yeah, they come once a week.
Oh, just once. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. And how long?
Middle school is here from 9 a.m. to 3:30, and high school's 9 a.m. to 4 o'clock.
Oh, wow. So this is a whole day of work.
Yeah. It's a whole shift. Okay. Yeah. It's a full day. And I mean, we do have kids that are in public school as well, in brick and mortar schools. And a lot of their parents report that those kids are doing better in school because of this program.
I can imagine so.
Yeah, it's really shifted their focus because they really want to be here and be a part of that program. And then, a lot of the parents will come back and say, I just tell them that I'm going to call Miss Nedra if they're not doing their work. And they know they're going to hear about it from me, that I'm going to say, like, my expectation is that your schooling is first. This is second. Like, we want you to be here, but we want you to take care of your education first. So, we have homeschool kids. We have kids from brick and mortar schools. We have kids from, charter schools and online schools as well. So.
Nice. Yes. But see, I feel like when kids are involved with something that's bigger than their natural, I guess, like reality or the just regular stuff like that we go about doing, playing a sport or learning an instrument. It's like, I'm learning about airplanes. Like, I'm building an airplane right now. Like, how much of a flex is that? Okay. Yeah. So I could see that building up confidence and making them take school way more seriously than they probably did before. Cause it's like, the possibilities. Like, I'm out here already doing this. Hey,
Right.
what y'all doing? What you doing? Like,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, you learning the clarinet? Oh, that ain't. No, I'm just kidding. Clarinet is good, awesome. Like, there's very much need in the orchestra. But no, this is cool though, and I love that you all have and offer this program. The families is really, really nice. Really, really nice. Is there anything else you want to share about the program?
We also take some great field trips too. I think that's something that we could kind of share about.
Okay.
Our kids get some wonderful opportunities with us. Do you want to talk about those field trips this year?
Sure. Yeah, Colorado. Another plug for Colorado. It's just a huge aerospace community. So we've taken field trips to the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. Metro State University has MSU has a really awesome aerospace program. So we went over to their facility and toured their flight simulators. Are just a couple examples of, really cool opportunities that kids have.
Nice. Okay. I was a friend. I don't know. They were talking about something with like military food, and one of them was, I think he was like in the Army or the Navy, maybe, but he was just like talking, yeah, those pouches or da da da. And my other friend was like, I was in the Air Force. I don't know nothing. It's like, how he was talking about the Air Force being elite compared to the other branches of the military, but it's when you say Air Force, that conversation popped back up. But okay, so dope field trips, dope program.
Yeah.
Ladies always ask all my guests 2 questions before I let you go. Okay, and I need you both to answer separately. So, with all that you do, and you still are working with kids, even if you're not in the traditional school setting, you are still hands-on with these babies and making sure that they know how great they are and can continue to be. How do you self-care? How do you make sure that you are good?
Yeah.
Both of y'all nodding like, okay.
That's a great question.
Well, I'm going to be really honest. When I clock out at 4:00, I clock out. Right.
Okay.
And I spend a lot of time with my family, my husband, my kids, grandkids, that type of thing. And I do a lot of baking and chocolate crafting, that type of thing. So, so yeah, I definitely take time for myself, and that's always been something that I've really held on to, is that, you have to have that work-life balance. And,
yes, ma'am.
When I leave here, I turn my phones off, you know what I'm saying? Because I do make myself readily available to parents throughout the day. So I am spending most of my day automatically replying to emails. So parents don't have to wait hours and hours to hear from me.
Nice.
And so they understand that at 4:00, she's clocked out, she's going home, and we won't.
She's done.
I'm out. So yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, just to add on, I really prioritize my own hobbies. Yeah, I really love, yoga, baking as well, cooking, and just, going on walks, and makes me more alert, I feel like, during the actual work day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice. And I'm glad that y'all make self-care a priority, because, working with little people, you have to keep yourself replenished. You have to keep yourself balanced so that energy is good for them when you are around them, and they can feed off that well, healthy, self-cared for energy. So thank y'all for that. And one more. So if our listeners didn't hear anything else during this conversation, what's 3 things you want them to take away?
One thing is that kids in this program make really, lifelong friendships. They have similar interests, and that is really just the foundation of a really good friendship. We see kids, hang out outside of this program so much, which is just really special to see.
And it's 3 from each of you. Like I don't want y'all to think you can collaborate on these 3. Because anytime I have multiple guests, they be like, oh, like no, I want 3 from both. Okay.
Well, I think for me is one that this program allows kids to explore, right? And to explore things that they think they know about. It's almost like a KWL chart of what you know, what you want to, what you want to learn. This program allows you to explore all of those columns, right? You get to explore more things about what you know. You get to explore things about what you want to know. And, and it's just an opportunity for kids to learn and grow in areas that they may or may not know about, right? So I love that opportunity that it presents kids the opportunity to explore, that there's a strong sense of community once you're in the program. Like, we talk about no child left behind in the schools, but I really feel like we are fostering that here, that everybody gets the same opportunities to learn here. Everybody gets the same opportunity to use the tools, to, use a wrench, to build, to, tear apart, to get on the computers, those types of things. And the third thing I would say that I would want families to know is, there are opportunities that we didn't even discuss in this podcast. One of the things we didn't discuss is in the past, we've offered some Spartan College courses. So kids can leave here with at least 12 college credits under their belt when we offer the Spartan College courses. So this year we didn't offer the college courses just because we couldn't get one of the instructors to commit to teaching, but hopefully next year we will bring back the Spartan College. So so the other thing about that is, you get to come here and take advantage of opportunities that outside of this program would cost you some major dollars, right? Even with the drone pilot testing, that would cost you $270 something of your own personal money. Whereas once you've paid your tuition, it's covered through the program, and so many other opportunities that we cover and provide for kids. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jessica, I need 2 more from you. I didn't forget.
I'm sorry.
No.
She got 3.
I would say, secondly, I just really want to emphasize just how hands-on this program is. A few weeks ago, we had our high school drone class develop a mechanism on a 3D printer to put to have a drone to drop an egg drop. The middle school aerodynamics classes. And so we did the drone drop all while learning about the forces of gravity and drag and aerodynamics. And so it's really, that hands-on component is really important in learning all of those foundational skills.
Nice.
And then thirdly, just the amount of collaboration in our programs really are just soft skills that you need in any profession, like communicating and just gaining the confidence to do so. So we really scaffold that for students in just a safe environment.
Nice. And something I didn't ask, do y'all have summer programs?
Yeah, we do. We're actually in the middle of training for summer camp right now. So we start summer camp next week.
Because I was going to say, even if we don't live there, like some parents could come and maybe vacation there for a couple months and have their kids enroll in a summer program. And you had something else you wanted to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, because as we were talking, I was thinking about this, that I want families to know that our students have very diverse learning needs. And so our kids that come to us aren't all gifted and talented, right? There are kids that come to us that are on 504s, IEPs, and what have you. But in this setting, those kids all thrive because it doesn't look like your typical school classroom. Now we have rules like schools, like, hey, don't run in the halls because we are a museum. We want to make sure kids don't, break anything or hurt themselves or anyone else, right? So we have typical rules, but we don't look like your typical classroom, because just as Jessica and I both emphasize that we're so hands-on, kids are up out of their seats. The classrooms can sometimes be noisy because kids are working and you hear tools clanging and banging and that type of thing. But it is a setting that any child can be successful in and walk away feeling successful. So I want to emphasize that to families, because sometimes parents will think, well, he's really smart, he should be in this program. Well, we really don't care that he's that smart, right? What we care about is that this kid is comfortable and safe, and that they know how to use tools accurately, and those types of things. And that's where our wonderful instructors come in. They all have strong backgrounds in various fields. So kids are getting training from some of the experts in the fields. So, and I think that's what sets us apart as well.
Nice, nice. I love this. And I hope our listeners hear, if they don't hear anything else, keep broadening your kids' horizons.
For sure.
Keep introducing them into new things.
Yeah.
Like, just, because all they got to do is try it out. The worst thing that could happen is they're not into it and don't want to continue. And that's what it is. But introduce it to them. I feel like we're in a time now, ladies, where it's, when I was in school, we were talking like the life game, like, oh, you're going to grow up to be an accountant, a teacher, a doctor, a nurse, like basic jobs, like not basic, like they're important. People take your words and it's just like, oh my gosh, but they're important jobs. However, it's just like the scope now for jobs has just expanded so much. And I don't know if it's because of the internet and us actually getting to see, oh, Dad, that they have that. Oh, you could do that. Oh my goodness, they're doing that. Like, so it's like we're seeing so many different occupations that our kids aren't limited to just those, I'm gonna say it again, basic jobs. It's just it's a dope time. It's a dope time to witness, and I appreciate it. And I do hope our listeners hear, like, hey, just keep on introducing them into different things. Keep letting them try different things. Let those extracurriculars be extracurriculars. Like, really put them in some things that will just turn on a light bulb in them, and you be like, oh my gosh, who is this kid? Like, you never know what will spark it.
Yeah, because we get kids that come in here that they know that we have a Lego program, a robotics program, right? And they think they're only interested in that Lego robotics class. But then they get into a class where they're 3D printing and they're like, oh, this is something new. Or they get into a class like space farming and they're imagining growing actual food that they could eat and grow in space, so. I know, I'm really intrigued by that too, ladies. I'm actually going to probably Google some things after we get off here, because I have never heard of that, like space work. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I have questions, but we're not even going to do that. Like, I'm going to just Google and see what I find. But that is, like, it is really cool, because like you come in the door thinking like, oh, just this one thing. That's why I want you to talk to my girls and see because they're into stuff. Like, they're really into a lot of different things. Yeah. And I think you could pique their interest in some things that they haven't thought about,
For sure.
Because science is one of their favorite subjects.
So this is the perfect field.
Nice. Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you, listeners.
Thank you.
Of course, all the links for Wings Aerospace Museum.
Mm-hmm.
I got it all. Will be available in the link or in the description. Lord mercy. The links will be available in the description. Take your time. And y'all know what I'm going to say. Homeschool your kids.
Yeah, for sure.